What the hell do I do all day? As you may know, I mainly work in TV. I'm what's known in the biz as a freelancer. This means that I work by contract. Those contracts can last anything from a week or two to up to a few months. But obviously, quite often these things don't fit together really nicely. You don't finish one contract on a Friday, start another one on a Monday. Sometimes it works like that, most of the time it doesn't. And at the moment, I'm between contracts. That means I don't actually have a proper job to go to. So I thought I'd give you a little insight into what exactly I get up to when I'm not working. Okay, so I've skipped the dull stuff, having a shower, eating breakfast, taking my son to school and all of that. A lot of freelancers, when they've got time off, will just sit at home watching This Morning. That's what they do. The truth is, I have always got something to do. I've got some work to do or some project to do. This book, Booked, The Gospel According to Our Football Heroes, is something I wrote a couple of years ago with my friend John Smith, real name. Did pretty well. Basically, we read loads of footballer autobiographies, about 120, and we put all the best bits into this book. Frank Skinner's done a quote there. It's like some old prospector put every footballer's autobiography into a big pan, shook it till only the gold remained, and then poured it into this book. And that was great. It spawned a podcast, which is on Spotify, which also features Robbie Knox, who some of you may know, John Smith as well, and ex-footballer Martin Britton. And me and Smithy are now writing our second book, our follow-up to this, which is going to be called Second Yellow, The Further Adventures of Our Football Heroes. And today, I've got to sit here and write my chapter, which is going to be about injuries. So that's what I'm going to be doing. That's my plan for today. So I'm just going to get on with that. Yeah, the thing is, and I think a lot of freelancers have this issue, when you've got a little project like this to be getting on with, procrastination sets in quite quickly. And I personally will find any excuse I can think of to do anything else except for sitting down and doing the work I have to do. So let's have a montage. Well, I think I've pretty much exhausted every procrastination I could think of, so I suppose I better get on with it. Do you know what? Feels like lunchtime. So my absolute favourite lunch when I'm between contracts comes from Hugh Fearnley Whittingstall's Veg Everyday book, and it's this. Leek and cheese toasty. Oh, it is so delicious. It's the ultimate comfort food for me. I'm going to make one now. Let's get the leeks from the fridge. Yeah, I haven't got any leeks. It's a bit of an oversight. I'll be back in a minute. This is one of the great things about being between contracts. If you haven't got the lunch you want at home, you can just go out and buy it. Take as much time as you want. There's no one around to tell you what to do or what time you should be back. It's fantastic. Apart from the fact you're, not getting paid. I love shopping during the week in the middle of the day though. It's like a whole different world. There's no one about. It's really quiet. You just have to make sure that you kind of avoid around 3 p.m. when the schools start coming out. It gets a bit mental then. But otherwise, it's lovely. It's like a completely different world. Right, let's crack on. There we are, leek and cheese toasty. Looks absolutely delicious, doesn't it? But just to complete the dish, I like to add a perfectly poached egg. Well, it's late afternoon now and you've pretty much seen what the hell I do all day. Full disclosure, after lunch, which as you saw was incredible, I felt a bit sleepy, to be honest. I'd had a big lunch, been a pretty busy morning, and then I walked to the shops and all of that. I took a nap. I mean, if you're between jobs and you're freelancing, it's perfectly acceptable to do that. It's good to keep your energy up. So that's it. I mean, but now I really am going to crack on with writing this book. I mean, it's all there is to it. There's nothing really for you to see. If you want to stay there, you can, but... Well, to be honest though, it's a bit off-putting. I'm trying to write funny stuff. It's a bit, I need a bit of privacy for that. Can you just